is like I started out at the age of 14. I mean, technically, and when I started rapping, I wasn't rapping with Suge and them at the time.
Okay.
There was a group called KFE, Kids Fresh Entertainment. That was my boy Young Q. His little, I guess the group that he started with my boy Young Q, and my boy Smash. He go by name, yeah, his name's Smash. My bad. But at the time, it started around 09, in the middle school. So when I first, technically, he put me on my first song. Like literally, I was a feature, and the song was called "Move It," and it had an actual hook already, like I guess what they call an actual chorus that was already on the actual track already that was made. So it was one of those beats. For the most part, we just I think we bought the beat or whatever and recorded in his brother's studio. And mind you, at the time, his brother was a rapper too. So while we was up in there, he was like, I'm thinking like I heard in the song, it went like move it, move it, move it, and that's how the actual chorus went. And I'm like, I was listening to the beat, I'm like, when I was hearing him rap, I'm like, okay, but let me remind you, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I could do this shit too, like, and overall, but it just came out of nowhere. Let me remind you, I came from a background of music, as far as the whole family, you know what I'm saying? Because my whole family was a part of music. My uncle was a jazz player. My mama used to sing backup for Capitol Records. Like, it was like one of those. And then my sister, she was into acting, but she was always singing and she was always into the choir and stuff like that. So we was always came from a background of kind of like entertainment.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start this off with, who's your top 5 favorite rappers?
Top five. So, 1, Ice Cube. Only reason why I say I'm gonna say Ice Cube is just because Ice Cube gave us that authentic real initially as far as a rapper. So it's more of like, reality check. As far as what we see in our daily lives, we rap about it. We have Nipsey that's up there. Nipsey up there as far as the motivation and the hustle.
Rest in peace, Nip.
Yeah, RP, RP Nip, neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? That was for the, you got Nipsey, that's up there with us. I got Rose that's up there. Ricky Rose. The only reason why Ricky Rose is up there just because Ricky Rose gave us that, that new Biggie boss look. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time when I was rapping, I used to be big. So I was, as a big rapper, he gave me that, that feeling like, okay, you know what, big niggas can be, the shit too. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, it was like the new era. It's like, cause at the time, we didn't get to see the era of Biggie. We got to see the era of Rose.
Okay.
So that was for that one. Who else? Drizzy. Drizzy was up there for the most part. Drake, just because, I'm gonna be real, Drake showed me how to make a hit. It took like with the snap of a finger sometimes. Like as he progressed and as he got to where he is now, like back then, I knew like from his first album, like I knew that he was gonna be that, that nigga. I knew he was gonna be that dude just because like of how the way he made his music. So that's why I gravitated his music. And then my 5th, who was it? Cube. And then I think my last one, Wayne. Wayne only why because Wayne showed me how to really put bars together. Like he really showed me how to maneuver in the way of rapping. You know what I'm saying? Just because like, okay, you know what, I could not just make an actual song. I'm gonna really give you niggas bars too. Like show you niggas like I really can do this shit without no effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, or give like I'm really up there with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, no cocky shit or whatever, but just in overall, it's just a different type of genre in my perspective or whatever like that.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw out my top 5. Excuse me. I'm gonna go Meek Mill.
What? Okay, no, look, no.
Listen. Only because I respect this man grind. I moved to Sicklerville, New Jersey. I was probably like I would probably say 15, 16. And this is when YouTube first blew. I say this every time. Nobody in this, only people that they was talking about on YouTube was Kimbo Slice for knocking niggas out and having his eye hanging out, and Meek Mill battling Reed Dollars, Joey Jihad. It was Philly versus New York. Like, this is when I was really getting immersed into that rap battling and real music.
Right.
And then to see where he's at right now, you can't tell. You can't tell me personally that he ain't make it. He came from the streets. Like, I watched him. Like I said, I had no bias. I didn't even know who he was. My man Nino, that's like one of my best friends on the East Coast. He used to catch trains and buses just to grab a CD down 52nd and Market Street. Like, just to grab a mixtape. Like, it was a mixtape, bro.
What?
Like, and then I'm gonna go Fab. That's like,
don't get me Fab.
Smooth punchline. See, when you said Rick Ross, he's in my top 10. Top 2. Then I got Lil Wayne, Jay-Z.
There you go.
And then my top 5, I have like 3 positions on there. I got Future, DMX, Davies. On the interview with Shug, I did DMX. So I'm gonna go on this one. I'm gonna go Davies.
My man, look,
my man. That's
my
my
man.
boy. That's my boy. Future. You got the next one, man. You got the next one. That's like, it's 3 different positions. Like, the 5 can change at any given time. But
I'm gonna tell you this now. Only reason I'm gonna tell you this now. Davies is like, how can I picture it, man? Davies remind me of like the man. He remind me of the man of the East Coast that we never really got to see. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of like, you know, kind of like how Joel Santana, you know how Joel Santana was. You know what I'm saying? Like the new era of Joel Santana, but for the most part in his own term. You know what I'm saying? Because I like East. He give me that West Coast, but then he also give me that East Coast vibe because he know he from the East. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the man from Harlem. Like.
A lot of New York rappers, besides like the 5E4s and stuff like that, the new drill, the little drill that's coming up out there is hot. But as far as being a lyricist, but also getting more digger and deeper into like the hood, like he's one of the forefronts of that, because like Jay-Z and Fab, they like the way they rap is kind of the same, but they ain't talking like Dave. Like, you feel me? They all got the same kind of smooth like punchlines and all that.
Well, I mean, like it's. When I hear Jay, because I'm going to tell you this now, when I hear Jay, like I'm going to tell you this, I feel like Jay, he don't skip his words, but Jay, like he maneuver his words to make it sound like, okay, you know what, like, whoop de whoop, like, you know, whoop de whoop, wow, then punchline. Like, you know, whoop de whoop, wow, punchline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all different when you hear him rap. Like, and that's dope to me, too, hearing Jay, too, because I ain't going to lie, I like Jay, too.